Welcome back, everybody, back with a video. Today we're going to be looking at Surin. They dropped their preview when maintenance started, but your mans fell asleep as soon as I got home from work. Mans was tired. It was my Friday at work, so I basically crashed out. I did not get that much sleep at all this week. It's been a lot of IRL stuff. I've been changing, my kitchen's been getting an upgrade, so, I have to be awake for that. Right, new fridge, new stove, so... Hey, when y'all get older, y'all be excited about that. New floor too. Hey, I'm at that age already. Your man just getting old. But yeah, basically, a lot of good IRL stuff, right? I've been working on that. So, let's look at Sealed Eye Surin. She is going to be a Moonlight 4-star. She will be coming out next week. Now, in terms of the actual character, let's look at it, right? She's a 4-star already, so it's already like, yeah, it's a little bit iffy already, right? So, I mean, Wretched Rose looked insane on release, or preview looked insane, but obviously she did not really hold up that well. In terms of 4-stars, gotta be honest here, they ain't really that great. Kid Aiden only got really, really good because of EE, right? So these characters, why they are 4-stars, right? I do think they do hold back on them. I don't know why, but I feel like they do. So let's go look at it, right? Again, we have not seen a new Surin forever. So I've always loved this design as well. So, hey, man. Looks very, very pretty. HP percent, mage. Ooh, she's a mage. Okay. Hey, I was not expecting a mage, but all right, let's take that. So, let's continue on. Let's see. Obviously, our girl Lua there. Obviously. So, 18% effectiveness. Okay. 106 base speed. Okay. And 1200 attack. Okay, not too bad. So she's 14% self-imprint attack, not too shabby there. So let's go look at her skills. I wonder, what are you possibly going to do? At the start of the battle and at the end of the turn, grant stealth to the caster for 1 turn. Okay, I like that. All right, I like passives like that. At the end of someone's turn, when an enemy is infected with provoke or redirect to provoke, grants rage to the caster for 2 turns and increases combat range by 20%. All right, so basically you pair this with Lua. That's kind of crazy. Wait a minute, that's kind of crazy. At the end of someone's turn, when an enemy is infected with provoke or redirect to provoke, grants rage. All right, let's find out what rage actually does for the character, right? So, 20% combat range is increased. She has stealth for protection. We've been getting a lot of characters, with stealth. We have Surin. We have Hecat, aka Sigrid, right? Sigrid Scythe. So, they're getting a lot of characters their own way to protect themselves. Wretched Rose, same thing. She has stealth as well, right? So, I mean, I will take it, right? So, obviously, they're trying to pair with Lua. I will say, Lua is potentially been on the rise again because of the likes of Sigrid, right? Our good old girl Sigrid coming out. Obviously, she has evasion buff. And best way to counter that, good old Lua. You just hit S3, you provoke her, and GG, the game is over. So, just keep that in mind. Lua stunks have been going up recently just because of the brand new Sigrid that just came out, the limited time Sigrid, right? So, just keep that in mind. Now, skill number 3. After granting increased attack to the caster for 2 turns, okay, attacks all enemies by stagnating an accident, inflicting 3 bleeding effects. Eesh. 3 bleeding effects. Eesh. Alright. When the target is infected with provoke or redirect to provoke, extends duration of bleed inflicted on the target by 1 turn. Okay. When the caster is granted rage, ignores the ER. Oh, okay. Okay, so she's gonna do an AoE, inflicting 3 beads for 1 turn. This ignores ER if she has rage. Which means, you pair this with someone like the likes of Lua, she is always gonna have rage 100% of the time. I like that. Grant an extra turn. I mean, does the extra turn really matter here? Does it really matter? We gotta see her S1, right? Because I don't really think it really matters that much. I would have preferred more damage. Don't know really else. More bleed effects actually would have been very, very good, right? But overall, I already like the whole gimmick of her S3. Very, very nice. I definitely see the potential. But again, we need to pair the likes of Lua. Obviously, Lilith as well. She provokes as well. But all you need is 1 character to provoke. That's all you need. Or redirect to provoke. So I think it's pretty easy to set her up. But bleed, right? It's a little bit icky, right? Again, it ignores ER. It definitely ignores ER. I definitely see her have some potential. Ooh, that's some nice bleed stacks, So it does detonate, and I mean, it did half HP on Nilinov. Is that what I saw? through Crawl Shield. I mean, it didn't even detonate him. Oh, it did. Never mind, it did. I mean, she's just gonna be okay. I don't like bleed effects at all. That's just me, though. So let's look at this. Attacks the enemy with a chain axe with a 75% chance to affect DQ's defense for 1 turn. When the caster is granted rage, activates Eradicate as an extra attack. Eradicate attacks the enemy, inflicting 2 bleeds for 2 turns, and at the end of the turn, detonate bleed effects inflicted on the target. Ignores ER. Oh, okay. Alright, that makes her a lot better. I like that. That makes her a lot better. Now, of course, she comes kind of after the whole initial buff of burn and bleed on all that, because it's not as good as it used to be, right? Where it was just permanently there. Every match it was permanently there. So let's see her damage, right? So she has 3 bleed stacks, 2 turns. Alright, hold on, let me see here. Boom. She applies another bleed. I like how she applies venom. I forgot because the DDR is here. So we're going to see the pop, and she did about 18,426. Huh. Not too bad. That's not bad, I would say. She's definitely a gimmick, right? She is definitely a gimmick character. I do like her. She's very different. I like how they're focusing on bleed. Very, very similar to her, RGB version, the 4-star one, the fire one. Very, very similar. I like her. But, of course, she's going to be ammo 4-star, and you can eventually just go ahead and pull her from your 4-star mystics. Now, I will say, though, she is alongside Luna. I forgot who else is with her banner, but I just saw Luna in there. And don't get me wrong, I think that's very, very good. If you are desperate for Luna, and I hope and pray you pull Surin along the way, right? I'll talk about that banner later on when it does get closer. But as the character itself, not too bad. I like the character. But is she worth 74? That's debatable. It's really debatable, right? Because obviously I do think you do need to pair her with a unit that does provoke, which I think it could be pretty easy. But it's pretty easy to really fall down short, right? But we'll see, right? Because the problem with this, she's relying on her bleeds, which means she's going to need a lot of HP. Well, yes, she has stealth. I like that. You really need a lot of attack for her to actually do a lot of damage in terms of those actual bleeds. But again, we'll see how she plays out. I do like she has a lot of ignore ER, right? S1, ignore ER. S3, ignore ER if she has the likes of Rage. So again, I definitely like this character. I like what they're cooking with this character. We're just going to have to wait and see how she actually really does play out, right? But overall, I'm excited for her. Let me know down below. Are you guys excited for this character? Because again, this was one of the last ML characters from our last epilogue, right? After this, we are literally just missing RNL as the RGB unit, and we are done with that PV that I showcased yesterday, that we got like 8 months ago for the Origin update, right? So overall, I like her. We'll see how she really plays out, because she definitely has potential, right? I like it. I like it. But other than that, though, thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you have a good day, and I will see you guys later on. Peace out.